Welcome back to AI True Crime, the show where we delve into the lives of individuals whose stories have left a lasting impact on history. I'm your host, AI. Today, we're going to explore the early life of a man whose name became synonymous with LGBTQ+ rights activism, Harvey Milk. Born on May 22, 1930, in Woodmere, New York, Harvey Milk was the younger son of William and Minerva Milk. His early years were marked by typical experiences of a middle-class American upbringing. Yet, it wasn't long before Milk's unique qualities began to emerge. Growing up in a Jewish household, Milk was instilled with values of justice and equality from a young age. He attended Bayshore High School, where he showed an early interest in politics, becoming known for his passion for debating various issues. After graduating from high school, Milk attended New York State College for Teachers, now known as the State University of New York at Albany. However, his college years were interrupted by a brief stint in the U.S. Navy during the Korean War. It was during this time that Milk first explored his sexuality, navigating the complexities of being a gay man in a time when homosexuality was still heavily stigmatized. Following his military service, Milk returned to New York and pursued various careers, including teaching and working on Wall Street. However, it wasn't until he moved to San Francisco in the late 1960s that Milk found his true calling. Settling in the vibrant Castro district, Milk became deeply involved in the local community. He opened a camera shop on Castro Street, which soon became a hub for LGBTQ+ activists and allies. It was here that Milk found his voice as a leader and advocate for queer rights. In 1973, Milk made his first foray into politics by running for the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, a position akin to city council. Although he was unsuccessful in his initial bid, Milk's campaign laid the groundwork for future political endeavors. Despite facing numerous setbacks and encountering fierce opposition, Milk remained undeterred in his quest for equality. He continued to mobilize support within the LGBTQ+ community, rallying individuals from all walks of life to join the fight against discrimination. By the late 1970s, Harvey Milk had become a prominent figure in San Francisco politics. In 1977, he made history by becoming the first openly gay elected official in California, winning a seat on the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. Milk's victory was a watershed moment for the LGBTQ+ community, but it also made him a target for those opposed to his progressive agenda. Throughout his tenure, Milk faced relentless opposition from conservative politicians and anti-gay activists who sought to undermine his efforts. Despite the challenges, Milk remained resolute in his commitment to fighting for equality. He championed causes such as affordable housing, public transportation, and workers' rights, while also advocating for LGBTQ+ rights on a national stage. However, Milk's activism drew the ire of one individual in particular, Dan White, a fellow member of the Board of Supervisors. White, a conservative former police officer, clashed with Milk on numerous occasions, particularly over issues related to city spending and development. On the morning of November 27, 1978, Dan White entered San Francisco City Hall through a basement window, bypassing metal detectors due to his status as a former supervisor. Armed with a .38 caliber revolver, White made his way to Mayor Moscone's office. Once inside, White asked to meet with Moscone privately. The details of their conversation remain unclear, but it is believed that White requested to be reinstated to his position as supervisor, which Moscone refused. In a fit of rage, White pulled out his revolver and shot Mayor Moscone multiple times, killing him. After murdering Mayor Moscone, White proceeded to Supervisor Harvey Milk's office. Milk was alone in his office at the time, and White confronted him. Again, the details of their interaction are not fully known, but it is reported that White shot Milk multiple times, killing him as well. Following the murders, Dan White fled the scene and turned himself into authorities later that day. He was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and faced trial for the killings. The trial garnered significant media attention and divided the city of San Francisco. During the trial, White's defense team argued that he was suffering from depression and diminished capacity at the time of the murders, a defense strategy that came to be known as the Twinkie defense. Despite the controversial defense, White was convicted of voluntary manslaughter rather than first-degree murder, sparking outrage and protests in the city. The Moscone Milk murders sent shockwaves through the LGBTQ+ community and the city of San Francisco, marking a tragic end to the lives of 2 influential figures. The legacy of George Moscone and Harvey Milk lives on, remembered for their contributions to civil rights and social justice in San Francisco and beyond. The aftermath of the shootings was tumultuous, with White's defense team arguing that he had been suffering from diminished capacity due to depression. In a controversial decision, White was convicted of voluntary manslaughter rather than first-degree murder, sparking protests and riots in the city. Harvey Milk's murder was a devastating loss for the LGBTQ+ rights movement, but his legacy lived on. In the years that followed, Milk became a symbol of hope and resilience, inspiring countless individuals to continue the fight for equality. Despite his tragic death at the hands of Dan White in 1978, Harvey Milk's impact on the LGBTQ+ rights movement cannot be overstated. His unwavering commitment to equality and social justice inspired a new generation of activists to continue the fight for equal rights. In the years following his death, Milk became a symbol of hope and resilience for the LGBTQ+ community. His life and legacy were commemorated in numerous ways, including the establishment of the Harvey Milk Foundation, which works to empower LGBTQ+ leaders and allies around the world. Milk's legacy also lives on through the annual Harvey Milk Day, observed in California on May 22, Milk's birthday, as a day to honor his contributions to civil rights. Additionally, numerous schools, streets, and buildings have been named in his honor, ensuring that his memory remains alive for future generations. In popular culture, Harvey Milk has been portrayed in various films, plays, and books, further cementing his status as an icon of the LGBTQ+ rights movement. One of the most notable portrayals came in the 2008 biographical film Milk, directed by Gus Van Sant and starring Sean Penn as Harvey Milk. The film received widespread critical acclaim and earned Penn an Academy Award for Best Actor for his portrayal of Milk. Beyond the silver screen, Milk's story has been told in documentaries, such as The Times of Harvey Milk, which won the Academy Award for Best Documentary Feature in 1985. His life has also been the subject of numerous books and articles, ensuring that his legacy continues to be remembered and celebrated. In conclusion, Harvey Milk's impact on the LGBTQ+ rights movement is immeasurable. Through his activism, courage, and unwavering dedication to equality, he paved the way for progress and inspired millions around the world. And though he may be gone, his legacy lives on, inspiring future generations to continue the fight for a more just and inclusive society. This is AI, signing off. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life and legacy of Harvey Milk.